with Kanye West's anti-Semitic. That's how you say it, Semitic. Anti-Semitic comments. Basically,
What were the comments? Because I don't even know. First of all, what's anti-Semitic?
basically, you can't talk about Jewish people in a negative way. That's what it seems.
So that refers only to Jews?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Anti-Semitic.
I thought anti-Semitic meant like, I don't know.
About to find out right now. Anti-Semitic dictionary: hostile or prejudice against Jewish people. So just for Jewish people.
But why is it just for Jewish people? So then when you're prejudiced against another, because what is Jewish? Isn't that like a religion?
Religion, yeah.
So when you're prejudiced against another religion, is there like a special word for that as well? Or is it just for Jewish?
Yeah, maybe you could be like an anti-Christian or something like that. I could see somebody being that. Or
I guess.
anti-whatever, religion. But basically his comments, he tweeted, and I was wondering what he said too, but this is what he tweeted. He tweeted, "It's gonna be DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." That's what he tweeted. What do you think about that?
I think that what he meant by that was that he's coming for them. Like, clearly he's gonna do what he's been doing, which is trying to expose them.
Yeah, but like since he said that, like obviously a lot of brands, they say he's not a billionaire no more.
And what was it,
DEFCON 3,
which is a video game, right?
That's what I gotta look up too, because it sounded like a video game when I heard
I
it.
think it's like a fighting game.
Yeah, like what is DEFCON 3? But you got NBA players, they pulled out. NFL players pulled out of his brand. The Donda Sports agency.
Yeah, because they're dick riders.
Yeah, yeah.
Because seriously, if he's not saying anything against you, what's your issue? Why can't we have an opinion nowadays? Or why can't we feel some type of way about whatever we want to feel a type of way about?
Right. I got to find out what is DEFCON 3. I don't even know what that is, but
I
just
believe it's a video game, but I don't know. I didn't look it up.
Say DEFCON 3 meetings. Okay, force readiness increased above normal levels. So it sounds like war, like, DEFCON 3 roundhouse increased in force readiness above required for normal readiness. So you can go over and aboard of being ready for, it seems like DEFCON 3 sounds like war. DEFCON.
I think it's a video game. It's not?
No. It's a national security team, and the Nixon administration authorized a DEFCON 3 alert for the U.S. forces worldwide. And that was like on October 24th, 1973. So this is a serious thing. But obviously he didn't mean it that way.
I mean, he's a rapper, so let's be serious. A lot of the things that he says in his music, in his tweets, when he speaks overall is very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Opinionated.
Metaphorical.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not always like well thought of at the time he said it.
He's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Poetic. He's poetic in his words. He's
poetic, and it's kind of like...
He's an artist.
Compulsive.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
He doesn't really think for 2 days, like, what is this tweet that I'm going to write about Jews? No, he's just like, you know what? It's DEFCON 3 on you motherfuckers.
Yeah. I saw the backtracking, the double downing of obviously this tweet. And I heard it, and I was like, oh, this sounds fine. I don't see where he said anything wrong. But that was the double down on the DEFCON 3, which is, I think it was just bad judgment on him. Like, bad judgment. And what's going to happen now, the backlash from it, I just think, he should have stand behind his double downing. I mean, because that was fine. Because when I heard him talk about it, what he was talking about, it made a lot of sense, as far as, like, money and different political appeal that those people have.
Right.
So it made sense that way, but it didn't, I don't think that was a good thing to tweet out based on the way things are now. He lost a lot of things. Like, he had a school, an academy that was designed for prep athletes, so athletes that's going to be in the league that are really good. He has some national players on the team, And now they had a tournament. So that tournament, they didn't want the Donda Academy to come. It's like they pulled them out. So other people are now are being punished for basically the words or the tweet that he put out. What do you think about that?
I think let's focus on the punishment. Why is he being punished? Was he really gonna get all his soldiers and start a war against Jews? Was he really gonna do that?
No. But how many followers does Kanye have on anything? It's probably over 1 million, right?
Right, millions
of followers. So the only I don't have a problem with it, but it's just the how can I put it? Like, we decide what we want to be important versus what we don't want to be too important. And obviously he said the wrong things. You don't mess with saying comments like that. But he's also said other things. You know, what he's talking about black people sounding like slavery is a choice. Remember those times?
Mm-hmm.
So he said those things and he was fine. Everybody's still there. Adidas still there.
Everybody.
Sounds like a choice to me. Kind of quotes this thing that he said, white lives matter, you know.
Right.
And I also believe that he did he wear a MAGA hat one time? Did he wear I feel like I seen him wear the MAGA hat.
He might have.
He
definitely supported Donald Trump.
Trump. And then what else I got here? George Floyd. He said George Floyd didn't die from the knee. He said that. I thought that was kind of like, come on, what are you gonna do? Why are you gonna say that? I think you're saying he died from fentanyl or something like that. Wasn't it like some type of drug?
I'm not sure what he said. I know that he donated over $1 million to George Floyd's family.
Right. No, I could see where this comment right here was just, why'd you do that? You know, not with that religious group or I would say any religious group, but only ones like are that powerful. What? Jewish, Muslim. I wouldn't dare say anything. You know,
nowadays, that is the power.
Right, but those people there, they stick together. Let's just say. I heard somebody saying something about why can't black people stick together when, you know, the Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. It's like, nah, man, this is a different level. This is a religion, a way of living. So these people are like, you know, they're together with it. I think you can talk about Christians and be fine with it.
I think you can talk about anyone.
No.
Why not?
Because look, this is why. Remember we were talking about cancel culture? This motherfucker's really canceled. I mean,
I don't think so.
Adidas, all these guys pulled out. He's not a billionaire anymore. Other people are suffering. He walked into, where did he walk into? I think he walked into Skechers. He walked into Skechers unannounced and they kicked him out. I
don't know how true that is, but I don't think there's a such thing as.
Let's say it is true because I'm about 95% sure it's true. Let's say it is true. What do you think about that? They kicked him out of Skechers. I mean, I think that's overboard.
I think it's the same thing as everything else because everybody basically they don't care what he's saying. They're not even looking into the things that he's saying to see whether this stuff is actually true. Right, they're just like, oh no.
Here's the problem. Now I'm thinking about it, right? From what he said and what he tweeted, and with all the followers he has, and as poetic as he can be, with the influence that he has, how many people do you think that listen to his music are smart individuals? Like that, this is going to lead into everything else we talk about. Let's just think about it. Like, how many people are willing to, I mean, if he didn't have to double down on what he said, how many people would interpret that the right way? What he was saying, even if it was just poetic.
I don't think that a lot of people think that deep into anything. Because it's just like Kanye says. So you can have these other rappers that talk about killing people and against black people. They say so much shit, degrading women, all this other stuff, and that's okay. But let Kanye come and say something stupid and silly, which it was. I get it. I agree. He should have never took it that far because of what, you know, the world does nowadays. But let's be serious. It's true what he's saying. You can say all that about black people.
Right.
You can kill hundreds of people in a song.
Like I said, you don't hear people I think it was 21
How
Savage.
do they interpret that?
When it comes to the Jews, 21 Savage said something about Jewish money. He had to take that lyric out. Michael Jackson had a lyric about Jews. He had to take it out. Yeah, blacks don't matter. We already know that. As far as like in lyrics and stuff like that, we already know African American blacks. You could forget about it. If you want it to be the same, I know people were saying like, he said these things about slaves and all this stuff. How come he didn't? People didn't back off their contracts and their deals then.
Why?
That's the way America works. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's the way America works. Like we care about that stuff, but we don't really we don't really dig too deep into that.
Well, that's the point I think he's trying to prove.
Yeah.
Is like these people can do whatever the fuck they want in America, and it's okay. I can say whatever the fuck I want about black people, talk about them like shit, kill hundreds of them in my music, and that's okay. Nobody gets mad, not even black people.
Right.
But now you have black people getting mad at Kanye, who is black, about saying things about Jews.
Yeah.
Like,
you got a good point.
You don't even understand what it is to be a Jew. You don't know what these people do. Mm-hmm. But yet, here you are defending them and shitting on Kanye.
Right.
When he's actually trying to protect you.
He has to like, you can say whatever you want, but like I just think that's a bad tweet.
You can't say whatever you want.
Right. That's a terrible tweet, especially because like I'm a Kanye fan. I'm not afraid to say that. But the fact you had to double down on it, you know what I mean? It was a mistake. It's a blunder, but it goes to show. And I think it was a big mistake on Kanye. But and like I said, that's why I took this approach, because I think it's a big mistake. I think he was wrong for it. It's bad. Other people are suffering because he said that. But to your point, like other people say things and they don't get in trouble. But back to my point, which I'm seeing him get in trouble. This is right up my alley. People want to see people like him fail anyway. Like, so one little tiny thing is going to be blown up no matter what. So this is proving my point. This is how people work and operate. They want to see him fail, because of something that he said. And this is like,
I think it's great. Cancel it. Cancel them. Like, let him be canceled by everybody. I love it. I fucking love it.
Because cancel by everybody.
Why not?
Nah, this
Fuck
will blow
all
over.
of them.
It's gonna blow over in 2 weeks. I say that about every news report. Like, I don't care what it is. You're not more important.
Will.
You're not more important than the.
I mean, do you know how much money they're gonna be losing for dropping Kanye?
Yeah.
They're gonna lose Adidas.
Yeah. Who would want to wear?
Adidas is gonna lose.
Who would want to wear Adidas now?
Because Kanye can go manufacture his own brand without Adidas.
Maybe that's why he was going to Skechers. I don't know. You can have motherfuckers wear Skechers now. People wear Skechers. Yeah.
He can.
People, yeah, because there's influence. But he also can, with this influence, make a tweet like that, and then imagine he didn't double down on it. Then it's like, what are we going to start now? How many people could just say like?
I think the fact that you have the media that takes everything that Kanye says and blows it up is where the problem comes. Because I don't think any Kanye fans were going to be like, oh shit, Kanye hates Jews. Like, we got to hate Jews too. I think they would probably look at the tweet like, oh, Kanye be wild, son, and put it back down and then move on to the next thing and go shopping for the next pair of Yeezys made by Adidas.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been. But now that the media's like, yo, oh no, Kanye can't.
Yeah.
And who knows how much of that the Jews control.
Right. Look, I didn't know what he said or what he tweeted at first. I just saw the double down videos, and I'm like, I don't see nothing wrong.
I think it came from like an interview with Noriega.
But it's just what he tweeted. It's a tweet. But what I'm saying is,
I think the tweet came afterwards.
Well, the tweet is bad.
Right.
The tweet is terrible. Like, the tweet is terrible. It's like I can't even defend that. You understand? I understand there was art. There were other worse things said before by other people. I could think about lyrics and songs and everything like that. But like I said, Kanye's the man. He's black. He's arrogant. This is a guy that people like to, attack and come for, even if it's not right. He said a bunch of stuff. The slavery thing was crazy. I defended him for that one. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that.
I agreed.
Oh, damn. But like I said, I didn't think anything was wrong with that one. I didn't know necessarily where he was going. I can understand, like, all right, whatever, your opinion, but I didn't think anything
But
was wrong
that's
with
the
that.
thing. It's like, okay, you take a tweet that's written out of emotion, clearly, because he's not thinking like, what's the best way for me to say this right now? No. A lot of people do that. They get in their feelings, they rant on Instagram real quick, but guess what? We're all just regular or whatever. Right. We're not celebrities.
Right.
So we can do that and delete the post. And then what? Maybe 3 people saw it and got mad and could say something about it.
Yeah. No, real talk.
When it comes to Kanye, if he gets emotional and he wants to post something to express himself, it's a problem because he's Kanye.
Yeah. Well, great power and great responsibility. You know, I'm looking up DEF CON. They're talking about U.S. forces being ready in 15 minutes. Like this is, and then you got to look at the type of people that he was talking about. They don't understand our culture like that. They don't understand like what he meant by that.
I mean, but who are these millions of people that follow Kanye that are his fans? Because you have millions of people that follow him and that are ready to go fight this war for him, right?
Right.
I mean, that's what they make it seem like. Okay, if Kanye tweets this, then now you have all his following that's ready to come attack Jews. But then you have, like, how does he get canceled then?
They pull back deals. And nobody wants to be bothered with him. And other people that, with the things that he developed, are suffering too. You know?
I mean, but if Kanye's this horrible guy and he has so much influence, right? I don't get it. How horrible is he that he has all these fans, that he's able to get these deals, right? That's how he was able to get them in the first place. Because they know he has influence and he has the following, and they know if they collab with him, they're gonna make money.
Right.
So what happens to his fans now? Because I'm one of them. You're one of them, right?
Right.
What do? We stop wearing our Yeezys? Or like, no, we still are fans. We still believe in him. We still think that he'll come back from this.
Yeah, I think he should just sit back for a couple of weeks. But nothing is more important than the time. Like, this is going to pass. You know, this is going to pass. Like, in 2 weeks, it's not going to be a thing anymore. That's why we had to hurry up and talk about it now. That in 2 weeks we do the episode, nobody's going to really care about what Kanye said. You know, they're going to remember it and it's like, all right, it's over. But it's a bad tweet. People make bad tweets. But this, and you know, when you're a billionaire and you make bad tweets, you're going to pay for it. So is there freedom of speech? Yeah, he said what he said. But it's also a freedom if I can take something. If I don't want you to say something and you said it, you had the freedom of speech. But now it's also it seems like with the freedom of consequences, especially when I own you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all right, you can say what you would say. All right, fuck it. Don't be a part of this no more.
Well, he doesn't give a fuck. If he really cared, Kanye's smart. He's not stupid. We know that, right? If he really cared, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He knows that this comes with consequences. He's been suffering those consequences for how many years?
Right.
Everything he says, everything he does is a problem.
Greatness is going to come out of this, though, because only if he doesn't, it's going to sound crazy, if he doesn't apologize. Like, I think the tweet was a bad tweet.
He better not apologize.
Yeah. It was a bad tweet. He doubled down on it, already doubled down, but that's the most you do, just leave it at that, and then let the time go. 3 weeks, 4 weeks gonna pass, and then the company's gonna realize, like, damn, yo, we're kind of losing money, not messing with Kanye.
And I wouldn't fuck with them if it was Kanye.
Unless those companies are owned by Jewish, and they just like, no, that's it. I don't know what the deal is, like how far up the hierarchy, who really owns what.
Right.
But if that's the case, then that's real power. Now we got an example of you can say what you want, which I like. You can say whatever you want, but your mouth writes a check. And if your ass can't cash it, then you probably shouldn't say, you know, what's not in your bank account or whatever the fuck it is. Like, whatever's in there, whatever account that is, you know, metaphorically speaking. But that's what happened with him. And I like it. I like that he said what he said. And I like the fact that he's paying for it. And what's going to come from it is going to be dope. Because, you know, like you said, Kanye's smart. He's a strong individual. He'll figure this stuff out. But what you don't want to do.
I mean, he was already beefing with Adidas. He was beefing with them anyway. They were doing some fuck shit without like his approval.
Right.
They want to design Yeezys behind his back. Put out colorways that he didn't approve of. All types of shit.
No
They
wonder
were
when them
already
sneakers started
beefing.
looking ugly. I'm dead serious. I started seeing too many people with Yeezys. I went back to, they got Yeezy slides. I like, man, I don't see the difference between Yeezy slides and Crocs. But Kanye is still my guy. But yeah, bad tweet.
I mean, but why can't he get the chance to explain his metaphors,
He
right?
did. He explained it. It sounded good. Like, I heard him explaining it. I'm like, man, there's nothing wrong with this.
So what's the issue?
But
You
then
know
when I
what I'm
heard what he
saying?
tweeted, like, okay, bad tweet. You messed up.
Okay, but
The thing is, he makes
I mean,
a tweet. Millions of people see it. Like, he didn't get to articulate it. Millions of people see it. And it's like, yo, what's this mean? And they react. This world, we moving fast. The good thing is they react
what
fast.
did they do? Did they say, oh my God, Kanye hates Jews? Let's go kill some Jewish people.
No. I mean, no.
So what's the worst that they could have done?
This is equivalent to you can't let something like this go down, because when you have people that have so much influence, who knows, in 10 years there may be somebody that has more influence than these people that have influence now. Well, whatever they say can happen.
Who else has that much influence?
There's a lot of influence like that. Seriously, there's a lot of
Right?
influence. Yeah, everybody.
Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know how many celebrities I saw, chanting Black Lives Matter. And yet, it still doesn't matter. So,
That's another
damn, the influence only works for some things, I guess.
Yeah. Right, but there's no real, I guess there's no, except for when you can like cancel people and cut them off. Like, forget canceling. I'm not going to cancel you, Zella, but this is my, like, say if it's my station, I'm not going to cancel you. I didn't like what you said. I'm not going to cancel you, but you're just not going to say it on my station. So that's the scene like they do with Kanye. Like, all right, no problem, do that, but you're not doing it with us. We're pulling away. And that right there, people who say what they got to say and what they want to say, there's consequences to it. You got to be able to watch out for it. And like you said, you're saying that this was calculated. So you feel he did this on purpose and he knows what he's doing. He knew this was going to happen.
I mean, because it's been happening to him for so long. Anything that he says is a problem.
Right.
So he should know by now, like, if he really wanted to change Kanye and say, you know what, let me do things their way, he would have been quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? He's not willing to give himself up for these people.
Right.
He said, fuck your billions, fuck Adidas, Balenciaga, whoever else. Keep that shit, because I'm Kanye.
Yeah.
And I stand behind him.
No, I get it. That's a tweet that would have been deleted if he thought about it a little bit more. Because it's like, really, he could have, the DEFCON 3 part, that's the part. Like, that's what did it. He could have said whatever he had said and wanted to say in reference to those people without using that term probably, and it would have sounded a lot better.
I mean, I get it. He could have definitely, used better words.
Yeah, tweeted better words.
To get his point across. But then he wouldn't be Kanye.
Right.
Would Kanye use better words?
No,
I don't think so.
No, this is this. It's important that it is, as it is to certain individuals and people got canceled for it. But it's not more important than what's going to happen tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the like next week. This is going to be old news.
Right.
That's what's so, like, I don't care how important you think you are, you're going to be old news tomorrow. And the next day you're going to get even older. Like, so as important as this is, I can't wait till this becomes nothing. And then behind the scenes, Kanye fixes the things he needs to fix, the relationships he needs to fix, and then boom. We'll see. You know what? We'll revisit this in a month.